Good night, good night. Just doing a aimless drive tonight, Fort Lauderdale Beach area. Just going down, I think it was this US 1? Oh, this is 17th Street now. Or 17th Street Causeway in Fort Lauderdale here. Let me turn this off for now. The theme of this is not for people that aren't working right now. This isn't for people that they're okay with their situation or anything else like that, or are in a bad situation. These are for people that are essential workers that are okay with their situation right now. They're probably even working harder. Some stuff happened to me today at work. Nothing crazy, just you kind of look at what you're doing, and then you have to ask yourself, like, why am I working this hard? Why is this going, like, why am I being this serious about what's happening? And what the hell? A new convention center. And I have to say, don't work harder than you have to. Just because you're an essential worker, you getting extra money right now, so on and so forth, it's really just not totally worth it. It was good for a couple weeks, maybe a month or two, when all this stuff popped off, and you know you were in a decent position. This is a new road here. You're in a decent position, and you're making more money. You're spending less, so on and so forth, and you're making that overtime money, and etc., etc. And it was cool, but now it's getting kind of old. Where you did 40 hours a week, you doing 60. You doing maybe 70. The money's not all that it's cracked up to be. You thinking to yourself, damn, I need a break. I want to go on a vacation. I want to chill. It's being a little bit too much for me right now, and I don't want to do this anymore. This is kind of cool. There's like a parking lot underneath this bridge. I'll show y'all. There's like a really nice parking lot underneath this bridge here. This is like 17th Street Causeway in downtown Fort Lauderdale, or the beach area. Back to it. You working a little bit too much. You doing too much without, you know, you might be getting your, I'm talking about a coworker here when I say this, but you might be buying new TVs and shoes and all this other stuff. Yeah, maybe you still going out here and there or something like that. You chilling with one or two chicks or something like that. You're not really totally socially distancing, all the other bullshit. But you working from 8 in the morning to, you know, 8, 9 o'clock at night. You know, things is better. Things is okay. You doing 12-hour shifts. You getting 8. You know, you getting all this extra money. Blah blah blah. I could keep on going. And now, this is what I'm looking at here. This is beautiful. I just really like this. Bridges above overlooks like the intercoastal ocean or something like that. I don't know. That's pretty cool. So now you're getting all this extra money, but you're starting to feel like this is really a lot of pressure, or it's not stopping. It keeps going. And I'm here to say, take a break. Stop doing that even. Yo, don't work harder just because, hey, they don't want to hire more people. It's a bit of a crunch, so you got to do more because there's still the same amount of work or more work because now there's less people maybe. Yo, if your shift is from 8 to 5, 9 to 5, whatever, working from home, don't just because you're working from home, it's easier for you to do so and you could just work even more. No. Don't do that to yourself. At least do not do that to yourself for too long. Don't do more than you have to. Not because you want to be an overachiever or anything else like that. Just because in the long run, you may not be able to run this marathon. For some people, it's been months of this shit. Some people, they still out there and they have to do physically backbreaking work. They're out there. For some people like myself, I'm a technician, so I'm just in an office. I'm taking calls, so on and so forth. So it's not really that crazy. But at some point, you know, something happened today at work where it's nothing on my manager, but it's just like, you know, I'm looking at it and I'm looking around and I'm like, yo, why I'm in the office more or just as much as before? Why is it that we're supposed to be socially distancing and I got four people in the same room along with me? Or it's 4 people in a room, 3 along with myself. Like, why am I doing this? Why am I exposing myself to this? For what? Yeah, it's summer. This virus may be a little bit on the dormant side, but in some cases it's still with people. This thing can really start to go crazy again back in when winter comes around. How is it going to work then? Is all this work that we're doing in terms of extra hours, so on and so forth, is it worth it? My situation is now I'm better off now than I was before. Thankfully, you know, close friend or brother was able to really look out for me and put me in a good position, and I was able to pay off a lot of debt in a short period of time. But I was working my night job and I got a day job, and I was still kind of doing 1 or 2 things on the side, but I cut down on that quite a bit. I actually cut it off really. But then I'm looking at now, like, you know, I quit my night job August 11th was my last day. I had spent 9 years and a couple days there, so that was, it was what it was. And I'm gone. I'm off of that now. So I'm in a position where I can now start to explore. I've been driving up to Georgia damn near every week since then, looking at houses. I put in an offer on one. Sadly, that house was under contract by the time we put in our offer. So that was BS. That sucked, you know. But I found a whole nother one. The last one was 1,700 square feet. Sitting on 15 acres, surrounded by different houses and stuff like that. It was a nice square, nice rectangular plot, just how I like them. Real easy in terms of like, you know, lines and stuff like that. But that didn't work out. But I found another one, another good plot, decent size, 18 acres, 2,300 square foot house. Has 2 floors on it. One of the floors looks like a converted attic. I'm gonna have that video posted. I didn't want to post it yet, you know, but I put in my offer on that, and the offer was accepted. I put in, you know, they're asking $219,500. I put in $213. You know, the seller's agent said, "Hey, listen, they're willing to wiggle on this price a little bit." I took whatever he said at whatever value. I probably could have got it for less. But I wanted this to close. I wanted to get this under contract and get us moving on this. Plan worked. They accepted the offer, and I will be. The inspection is scheduled. Today is Tuesday. This inspection is scheduled for Wednesday. So I'm able to do all this because of coronavirus. This virus has been a gift and a curse in so many ways. I do have to do an update on the business. I'll do it real quick here. Just essentially, I do one that's focused on. I do a video that's focused on it. But essentially, I signed over all shares to my business partner and let that piece of, in a sense, my life go. So he took it all over. He took over all debts and everything, and boom, it's on him. So I gave him his out. I gave him his chance. Hey, listen, let's all take it. He didn't want to do that. Understandable. He wanted to stay and fight. The other business partner and I said, hey, okay, no problem. We'll give you our shares, and you take it from there. I wish you all the best, but I'm not gonna go down with this ship. Or if I'm gonna go down, you know, if I don't have to go down, I won't. And I didn't. That allows me to get this house and everything like that, the way the economy is situated, and loans and everything like that. I'll probably go over the loan depending on how I'll probably go over the loan depending on how I move with that. But I said all this to say this partially is essentially when you're looking at everything that's going on today with all the different this person probably thinks that I'm like, that's funny. Yeah, so essentially what's going on today with all the different issues that we're seeing in terms of people not being able to work, going back to work. JP Morgan is saying that the intellectual I guess, how would you say? I forgot what it was. It was the way they put it. Essentially, there's not the same level of explosions or or there's not the same level of mental activity, intellectual activity, especially from younger associates, and younger associates are not learning from the older associates, and so on and so forth. So it was kind of crazy. Now they're kind of urging people to start coming back into the office. The genie is already out of the bottle. These people are working from home. They're seeing how much cheaper it is. They're seeing where they have more time to spend with their family. They're seeing where, hey, listen, I can actually do more in a day than I was doing at work and be in a more relaxed position. And if I wanted to, I can go take a nap, wake up, and then do all this stuff at 2 o'clock in the morning to catch up real quick and chill from there. In some cases, some positions. So with that, you're seeing it where like a lot of people are like, hey, listen, I don't really have to work like I used to. And in some cases, some people are working too much. Getting back to the point of all this. Some people are working way too much, then the added stress of actually having to teach their kids, so on and so forth. So if you're in a position where you actually have more hours or more chances to work overtime and do other things like that, take it. But do not take it often. Do not make that a regular thing for you. You are going to get burnt out. It took me a while before I could admit that, hey, I got burnt out with my business. I was doing way too much, and I didn't take any type of rest in terms of like mental rest and stuff like that. Some of the things I still don't like, because I don't like going out, but sometimes you have to take it easy or you have to pace yourself. I don't feel that what I did in terms of work was a bad thing per se, because you're building something. But at the same time, you do have to step away from it. And stepping away from it doesn't necessarily mean that you need to take a fucking cruise everywhere. Or go out of town or see the sights. Because I fucking hate doing that shit. Like, you can keep that shit. I really do hate it. And I'm sure you could hear it by what I'm saying. Or my tone and how that changed. I really hate, like, going out. And it's such fucking cliche bullshit. Like, man, fuck that. I don't want to go nowhere. I want to go to bed, bitch. So if that's your thing, go to bed. If you can't do that and you're not in a position to do that and you're just getting bored and you want to get back out there and do all types of stuff, don't. Chill. Learn to readjust yourself in your mind. Put yourself in a better position mentally so that you can actually survive this. A lot of people are just bored with this virus. Oh, it's not really killing anybody. Then they find out their coworker's dead. Just heard a story about that, sadly, with somebody and his coworker. But, like, a lot of people are getting bored with this virus. They want it to be some type of zombification. Your skin's falling off, and it's running rampant through the population. Like, then they'll take it seriously. Even with all my trips, which, again, aren't good. I'm taking a high risk by doing this. By going out and looking at these homes and exposing myself to a certain extent at these open houses. Or, not even open houses, it's really just me and the realtor. But even with the realtor, mask on, stay away from me. Barely get close to him. If I get close to him, I got my mask on. Gotta hand him something, here it is, boom, that's it. And I got like a little bit of a sniffle because AC's broken at the house, so I got like a fan blowing directly on me. Kind of sucks. Is what it is, though. It's like you really can't. You're gonna tire yourself out. don't do it. It's not worth it. It's even harder now because it's not like you can take all this extra money. I got a bonus the other day for like $1,500 at my day job. $1,500. And I forgot what I did. I think I just put it towards like some other. I put it in savings. Because what am I going to do? I can't go out to the strip club anymore. You know, like, what else is there? Like, I'm not going anywhere. If anything, I just used it to kind of fund me going back and forth to Georgia and looking at these homes and stuff. It did come in handy, actually. Yeah, I had to put in my earnest money down to get this home under contract and, you know, get that going. So, you know, I'll cut it kind of short and I'll keep it to that because I did ramble and come off course there. But don't work too hard. Take it easy. You know, go out on an aimless drive. I don't know what your scenery looks like, but this is mine. Discover your local area. Don't get out your car, though. Stay your ass in the car. You know, like, learn about what's going on around you, man. Read more. But just because you're working from home is a little bit more relaxing doesn't mean you have to necessarily work more. That stuff was so, you know, February, March, April. Now we in September. Going into October after this. Yeah, I know my months. But going into October after this. Going into the winter. This thing is going to start kicking up again. My brothers and my sisters, my essential working friends, please take it easy. If you have to take a risk to go out there, protect yourself. Understand people are just bored with this shit. They don't care about it anymore. But people are still dying. And you could be killing yourself just by working too damn hard. Don't let it get to you. Chill out. Learn to relax. As always, thanks for listening, and I wish you all the best. The house tour video is coming pretty soon. It's actually, I already have it up. I just have to, you know, put it out there. But I kind of want to do one or two things with the house first and get into the past due diligence period. So I might not release it until like maybe the 28th or something like that. So kind of just trying to keep calm with it and understand it, and then I'll come out with videos in terms of like explaining that process, because to a certain extent this is kind of just like leaving memories and thoughts behind and lessons behind for people like my nephew and people in my family, so they can see that, hey, listen, this is how I did it, and other people that may find this helpful as well. I really do hope some people do. It could be just my ego though, but you know, I really do hope it's helpful for y'all. As always, thanks for listening. Peace and good night.